What I learned from the Greenland shark. They say the Greenland shark can live for more than 500 years, 5 centuries, gliding through the deep, cold silence of the northern seas, where sunlight barely touches and time itself forgets to move. When I first heard of it, I couldn't believe such stillness could exist. How can anything live so long and move so slowly in a world that never stops? So I went north. The journey was long, across endless white horizons where wind sang over ice and the sky felt like a frozen ocean. I found a fisherman, old as the rocks, who told me stories by the fire. He said that sometimes, on nights when the sea is mirror still, a dark shadow passes beneath the ice. Not a ghost, he said, just one of the old ones, the sharks that remember the world before men began to hurry. I dreamt of her that night, a vast shape moving slowly through darkness, her eyes calm, her body heavy with the weight of centuries. And when I awoke, it felt as though she had spoken to me, not in words, but in a feeling, a deep, steady rhythm that said, "You are moving too fast." In my dream, I swam beside her. Her movement was barely motion at all, more like drifting, more like breathing with the earth itself. I asked her, "How do you live so long, alone in this endless night?" She answered, "Because I do not rush. Because I do not wish for the next moment before the one I am in has finished speaking." Her voice was not sound. It was vibration, like the hum of deep water. We passed through forests of light, tiny creatures glowing softly, stars of the sea. Each one lived only for a moment, and yet she carried them gently in her wake, as though she blessed their briefness. I said, "Don't you ever feel lonely down here?" And she replied, "How could I? Everything I touch is part of me. The current, the coral, the cold, even the silence. It is full of company." I felt tears rise inside me, though they were made of salt water already. I wanted to ask more, but she turned toward the deep, where light ends and forever begins. Before she disappeared, her voice came once more. "Remember, the fastest way to lose your life is to race through it. Slow down. The soul moves at the speed of water." When I awoke, the sea outside was still. No sound, no wind, no movement. Only that deep, eternal quiet that feels like the breath before creation. I looked at my reflection in the ice, and for a moment I thought I saw her there, passing beneath me like a shadow of peace. Since that day, I no longer chase what's ahead. I no longer rush to fix, to prove, to climb. I walk slower. I speak softer. I let silence finish its sentence, because now I understand. The Greenland shark doesn't just live for 500 years because her body endures, but because her spirit does not hurry. She lives at the pace of truth, and truth never runs. So when life feels too loud and the world demands speed and noise, I close my eyes and remember the deep, the dark, and the ancient pulse beneath everything. And somewhere in that stillness, I hear her voice again, rising through the cold water of time. "Slow down, little one. The ocean inside you has nowhere else to be the end."